Ready?
Ready.
And just like that, baby, we are officially live on the official Wydoe podcast. And tonight is a very special episode. Tonight is the first edition of SuperMoms. Welcome to the show, SuperMoms. This is my mother, Katie, and her two lifelong friends, Lisa and Julie. Thank you guys for coming on the show.
Of course.
Are you excited, nervous? How you feeling?
All of the above.
Yes, all of the above.
We'll get right into it. Now, how did you guys meet? I believe 25 years of friendship, Mom. How did you guys all meet?
We met at a doctor's office where we all worked. We've been friends for 25 years, and I know we're going to be friends for 25 more.
If not more.
Yep.
Absolutely. Greatest people I've ever worked with.
Now, Julie, where are you from? You notice we got a little accent here, a couple southern there. Julie, where are you from?
I'm originally from the northeast of Massachusetts. I moved down here in 1980 and have never regretted it. Florida is my home.
Lisa, where are you from?
I'm from Fort Pierce, Florida, born and raised.
Come on now, home team.
Hometown.
Mama, where are you from?
Born in Cape Canaveral, Florida, lived in Merritt Island until 1998 when we moved to Port St. Lucie, and here we are.
And I've been here since I was 5. I'm Wydoe. Hello. Thank you guys for being on the show. These guys helped raise me. I'm excited for SuperMoms. My first question, obviously everyone knows the importance of family, some the importance of faith. To you guys, how important is friendship?
Huge.
Huge.
Big.
You have to have girlfriends.
Yes.
People that have been through the same experiences you have or can help you through
Have to have girlfriends.
the bad times, the good times, the laughs. Gotta have them.
Yep.
And now, as a mother, does it help to have friends that are also mothers to kind of rely on, go to for information, or is it where you guys going to YouTube for everything like we are these days?
We didn't have YouTube.
No,
we
did
didn't have
not.
YouTube.
I wish we did.
There's a phrase that it takes a village
I was just
to
going say
raise
that.
children, and you're looking at the village.
It definitely takes a village.
Yep.
One thing I want to ask, on my show, I'm really big, and that I preach, is that don't compare yourself to athletes, celebrities. Compare yourself to you. Last year, 5 years ago, last week, you might be surprised at what you're doing. As a mother, do you compare yourself to other mothers? When things get hard, are you in a, oh, I know that they're doing better than me, I wonder what they're like. Is it hard to not compare as a mother to other mothers because there's only one you and there's only one family and that's yours?
I don't think I compare myself to other mothers. I get inspiration from other mothers.
Right.
I get inspiration from Kate and Julie and how they've raised their children.
I told myself that when I became a mother, I didn't want to be anything like what my father was when I was a child. When it came to discipline, I could do it with my voice, and he chose to do it with his hand, and that's something that I never wanted to do, and I never did.
I think that the benefit of having girlfriends and being close to them and watching them raise children is that you do get that feedback. You know, we don't have the answers.
There's no book.
There is no book.
We didn't get a manual.
No manual.
And there are no
manual.
answers, and we stumble a lot, and all mothers stumble a lot, all parents stumble a lot. But if you can stumble and know that you can look at other people, and at different times, everything is different. Circumstances are different for everybody at different times.
Right.
And
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
girlfriends helped me. I couldn't have raised my children without my girlfriends. So.
And now I've grown up with Lisa's kids as well as Julie's kids, and I just want to ask, what's it like when you are going through tough times as a young mother, young family with your kids? How important is it to not let them know the realities of what's going on? I'll just speak for myself, and I know for your kids, I never knew what an allowance was, what money was, because we could just always have it. Everything I wanted, we'd get. I didn't understand what tough times were, but looking back, obviously, you guys had to go through it. What's it like, and is it important to shield your kids from it? Or should you let them know?
I let my children know. They couldn't have everything they wanted. I wanted to give it to them, but I didn't have the means to. So they had to understand, Mom's check was short today, so I'm sorry you don't get that game. Mm-hmm. So I tried to make their birthdays and Christmas the biggest times of their life, extra special, because I couldn't do it every day.
Okay.
Well,
You're big on it, Mom. I can just speak for myself. You were gonna if you're looking at my point of view, I have had the greatest life of all time. But everything is sunshine, no rain, no problems, and it's a big part of that is you, Mom. So how important is it for you to not let your kids see the reality?
I felt it was important because you were a child and you had school to think about, and I had the hard stuff to think about. So I didn't want you to worry the way I worried or the way your dad worried. That was my job. And your job was to be a kid and have fun.
What about you, Julie?
I think I'm in, I only had one income in my household, so my children never knew what my bills were. Okay, and
Yeah, they never knew.
pay Rob Peter to pay Paul. They never knew any of that. But on the other hand, they did know, no, I'm sorry, we can't do this, or no, you can't get that. But we did Disney many times with a backpack and frozen drinks in the backpack and candy, and
Done that.
they walked out and they got a toothbrush at the end of the day, from the Disney store, and they were just as happy. So, I'm
Right.
in between, yeah.
This is a wild question that I always ask multiple people of different professions, but I want to ask you guys. Obviously, a mom is not a profession. It's a lifestyle. It's a privilege. I want to ask, can you describe a great day and a bad day as a mom?
A great day for me was just seeing their smile, just seeing the kids light up about what they did for their day, having a great day at school. That was my great day. My bad day was when I couldn't give them what they wanted. That hurt me.
It is, yeah.
What's your best?
I don't know. I can't think with that noise.
Thank you.
He's not gonna be able to edit all that. Right.
Oh, we got editing for days. We are good, okay? In between languages. I got it, okay? Beeping, please stop. Sir, can we stop the beeping? Mom, obviously you just have me as your child. You help raise my sister Stephanie as a stepmom. But Lisa and Julie have multiple kids. I want to ask, is there a difference of care between kid number 1 and 2 or 3? Because I've seen things where it's like kid 1, oh, everything's got to be perfect. Don't touch them, this and that. Hold on. By kid 2 or 3, it's like, all right, fuck him. Let him go ahead and go in the lake. You know what I mean? Just bring him back with all his legs and arms. Can we speak on that?
I will. So my first one could never get his hands dirty. Had to get him cleaned. Second one was more like, go on, go play, go have a good time. Third one was like, where is he?
Hey, there it is.
It was, and it was just, you're learning. And that first one, you're learning as a mom because there is no manual. Right. I mean, I didn't have younger siblings. I was the youngest of 6. So I didn't have anything to go by. So I'm learning with my first child. And yeah, his hands never got dirty. And the other one, I'm like, did I lose him? Where did he go?
And how about you, Julie? Same question.
I think when my daughter came along, she's the oldest, I tried to do everything my mother did. We had the stride right shoes, and they had to be polished, and you could never have any markings of dirt or anything, although play outside all the time. I think that, but I remember that was just unreal to me, even raising her before my son came along. So I don't think I raised them differently. I just started out raising them like my mother raised us. Right. And then I realized this doesn't work for me. I'm a working mother. My mother was a stay-at-home mother, which was difference. Way cool.
Right.
But I'm a working mom. I can't do all of that all the time. So
right. A lot of people don't even take into consideration that even though it's generations that are changing, but the world has changed. We grow up in a different world than you guys grew up in, than your parents and so forth. So do you think you guys lived a better life without it, or would life have been better with social media?
Without,
yeah,
in my opinion. We lived life.
Right. I think that young mothers especially have so much pressure because they're seeing everything at all times. The only thing we had was hey Lisa, I mean, how did you handle this? Or, I mean, we were not bombarded with this, and I will say fakeness of the perfect
Preach.
life, and how wonderful this mother is doing,
Right.
when it's probably not real.
Right.
She's probably just as frustrated as you are.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I think that I think all people are under, who go by social media are under so much more pressure than if you're not a follower of social media.
I think we had more, we were more engaged with everybody. We were more present in the moment.
Exactly.
At a birthday party, I wasn't filming
Exactly.
to put
Correct,
it out
correct.
Right.
on everybody's Facebook or
Right.
Instagram
You were
or wherever.
watching.
I was
Yeah.
watching my kid blow out his candles
Right.
and, wishing him a happy birthday and singing.
Yeah.
And, I think that was just, we were more in the moment. And it's not that way anymore.
But can I a caveat to that? But the cool thing about the internet is there's so much information right there now at our fingertips. So it's like a double-edged sword.
Right.
I love the fact that YouTube is out there. I mean, I can learn anything, fix anything,
Do anything.
Do anything.
To do our
you know?
research papers in school, we had to go to the library.
Right. And
Get a dictionary,
right.
Right.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
it's a
dic-
click
yeah.
of a button.
an encyclopedia.
That's how we met people.
That's true. That's true.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely true. That's right. We had to go to a library and crack a book, but this person's doing the same research paper or a different one. I mean, there's many different ways that we met people that now you could stay in your house forever.
Right. There was no
never
working
go
from home.
Yeah.
And I like how these days, you can see hundreds and thousands of people on your social media that you don't even have to go find. You can see the world almost. But the downfall of that is in relationships. I feel like when you guys went on a date, it was a real date, and you didn't see them for a few days. So you got to think about it. Do I really like them? You had real emotions. Today, you're on them all day, all night, every second.
You were waiting on the home phone for
Yeah.
them to call.
On the landline.
Dial-up.
You were waiting for that
one
call.
telephone for the whole
That's
family.
right.
You know?
That's right.
No one had a cell phone. No one had a
No.
phone in their pocket.
No.
The question I forgot, I got it back. How important as a mother, if this is even is a thing, is it important? Because obviously I don't have any kids. Slow down, Wydoe. We'll get there one day. I want to know, how important is it to give your kids the things that you never had? And how important is it to not let your kids go through what you went through? Or is that a double-edged sword? Because we see rich kids get spoiled and it turns out not great for them.
I think that every parent constantly wants to do better. They want their kids to do better than they are, or that they have done. I had a really good upbringing, but I want my children to graduate from college and go to school and not have to worry about money, that was my goal. Because it's not that I had a bad upbringing, but money's a factor, and with when you're poor, not poor, but when you're worried about your bills, that reflects on everything.
Right.
I always think it was better to have, again, you wanted them to be more than you were. So going to school, getting an education, having a career, whatever that was for them. I didn't want to put, you got to do what I do, but I just wanted them to have more.
Right.
I wanted them to be more independent, see more things than I did.
Right.
Not struggle.
Yeah, not struggle. Be you
And happy.
and happy. That's all I wanted.
Yep.
At this part, we're going to get into a very serious question. if you don't mind.
Okay.
Obviously, all three of these beautiful ladies, they're just over 35 years old. Happy birthday to all of you guys. I just want to ask, if we were to go get 22-year-old Katie, Lisa, and Julie, and they were to come meet us right now, and then say, let's go out and party, bitches, could you guys hang with 22-year-old yourselves?
Absolutely not.
Why not, Mom?
I was wild.
This is 22-year-old
I
people.
was
Let's slow
wild.
down.
I was working at a bank. I managed a bank at that time. And as long as I got in bed by 2 a.m., I could get up
You
in the
get up
morning,
and go to work.
get dressed, go to work, and do it all over.
But isn't that what he's asking?
Could you hang? If 22-year-old Julie came and picked you up today, could you go hang with her on a night out in town?
Right now?
Right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
She'd put you to bed?
Oh, yeah.
I could try, but I would definitely try.
Absolutely.
But, you know, I think that would not be that would be a long night.
And on the same note, if you were to go and tell that same 22-year-old wild self where you're at, what you're doing right now, would they have believed it?
Yeah, it was a goal. It wasn't a goal, but it was what I wanted. My life is what I wanted. I wanted my kids. I wanted to be married. I wanted to have a job. You know, I wanted to continue. So, yeah, it would be the same.
I think I was trapped into this little medium of just where the world was. I was brought up with a mom and dad that dad worked, mom stayed home. I always knew that I would marry and have children. I never thought I'd raise children alone, but I never also thought, in all honesty, which is bizarre, I never thought I would be the primary breadwinner. Never did I think that. I always knew I would work, but I never thought I'd be the primary breadwinner. And if I had had that in my head as a younger person, then I would have certainly, definitely finished college, definitely looked at a career opposed to being a secondary breadwinner. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I raised
You
my
would've had more
daughter
of a
as
career.
to be the primary breadwinner, but I was not raised that way, nor
Right.
did I think that way. You know,
Yeah.
And if you told the bank manager, wild out of hell, badass 22-year-old Katie Springer, would you believe what you're doing right now, Mom?
No, I never dreamed that I would get cancer. I thought I would work until 67 like everybody else and retire and travel the world, and that wasn't God's plan, but that's okay. I'm handling it pretty well.
handling it.
Very well.
Oh,
Never
very
seen
well.
anyone any more gracious and wonderful and
And
inspiration
you
to.
teach us
Thank
every
you.
day.
I know she is. She's just Kate. Really. I mean, God, no one has done this better than you ever.
Yeah, that's very true. Another one I want to get, before we get too heavy, okay, we don't want to go too crazy on this Wydoe podcast, but I do have a question. When it comes to being married, when it comes to being with a man, well, I guess marriage would be the question. Does it come a point where you don't have to like him anymore, but you still love him? Do you always like him? Do you always love him? Like, is that a difference there between like and love when it becomes marriage?
Oh, there are times when I don't like him. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be honest if I didn't admit it. But when we got married, it's because we wanted to. And if we had a fight, which was very rare to this day, we don't fight. I can think of two off the top of my head. You don't run away because you had a fight. You work through it and you are married. That's a part of learning and growing and loving. Now, if he did something, I can be honest and say, I did not like that. I don't like you today, but I always love him.
I think the love is always there, whether you have a fight with them, whether you're mad at them, whether they didn't do what you asked, or whatever the situation is. Love is always there. Like sometimes comes in and out. It's just the truth. But it also happens with friends.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you don't leave your friend
Yeah, that's true.
because they upset you. You go back to them and you say, "Hey, you did this to me and I didn't like it." You do
Right.
that in a marriage too. And
Right.
communication is the biggest thing when it comes to a marriage. The absolute biggest.
Agreed.
I can't comment.
All right, here's a real question. I'm going to ask this for everybody out there watching, okay? You can thank me for asking the question. You might not have wanted to ask, but this is reality here, okay? Be real honest here.
Oh, no.
In my head, I never walked in on my parents doing the nasty. Never saw them doing nothing, okay? So in my head, they just didn't do it. It just wasn't it. Once they had me, they were set. Obviously, that ain't true, kids. Is it hard to hide it? Is it a thing? Just open conversation.
It's hard now that they're grown, and
It was easier when they were small.
oh yeah, because they would go to sleep and they would be out. But the kids are coming in and out at all times of the night now because you're grown. You have grown kids, and yeah, the walls in the house are not that thick, so you do have to kind of be quiet. Sorry, kids.
Oh, that's
Julie, any comment there? I mean, this is a real topic.
My kids were little, so I don't think we had an open door policy. So, but my kids were very young. So,
When they got older, when they were teenagers,
I was single. So,
not dating.
yeah, but there's a difference there. I mean, there's a difference. So, yeah.
And this is a special question that I always ask on my show. If you guys were stuck on an island for 1 month and can only listen to 3 artists, who would they be? And we'll go, you give one, you give one, you give one. That way you can't all say the same.
Led Zeppelin.
Stairway to Heaven.
The Eagles,
Couldn't name a song.
The Beatles.
California.
Leonard Skinner.
I have to do a dance song, but I can't think of anybody at this moment. I have to dance.
You're on an island, Lisa. It's an island. Coconuts, iguanas, that's it.
Oh, Jimmy Buffett.
There we go.
Jimmy Buffett.
There we go. 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's got to be 5 o'clock.
Geez, I'm so bad at this, Kate. This is gonna sound hokey, but I'm on an island all by myself.
All by yourself.
I want some John Denver.
Nothing wrong with
Rocky
that.
Mountain High.
My third choice is Frank Sinatra.
Hey, Frankie, how you doing? Keep it moving.
Eyes.
Ooh. Barbara Streisand.
Wow. This is a new question that I've been asking. Can you tell me what you had for dinner last night?
Liver and onions. Potatoes and
It's
asparagus.
just been hours since it's happened.
Barbecued chicken, corn, and green beans.
Guacamole and chips. That is all I ate last night.
I've got to be honest. Growing up, my mom has always been a big Sex and the City fan. And I've always looked at her friend group as characters of Sex and the City. Do you guys ever look at your own selves as characters of Sex and the City or any TV show? Obviously, Mom and Julie, they call each other Vern, Vernie, Vern. But do you guys look at each other as characters at all? Because I look at you guys as Sex and the City characters, I'm going to be honest.
Are you asking us if we...
You're Samantha.
I'm Samantha?
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
I've always looked at you as Samantha. I'm just saying, do you guys think of that too? I've always thought it.
I'll take that as a huge compliment, even though she was a little slutty. She's very slutty. I wasn't so slutty, people.
I'm Carrie.
Oh, yes, because you're very, very, imaginative. You
could write.
I always looked at Lisa as whoever the redhead's name was, just like
Miranda.
the super mom.
Miranda?
The super
Yep.
mom.
Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could
Because it
see
is
that.
true.
I
You're
could see
logical, you're sensible,
Yeah.
you always are. You're
Could have been a
always-
lawyer.
Yeah, you're
Could've
always
been.
this way. You're always just straight. I mean, you're fun, but you always.
I always take care of everyone.
Yeah, you do.
I always make sure you get
Always
home.
have.
That's funny.
And like you said, Mom, shout out to my dad. He's only gotten in 2 fights with my mom in 20-something years of marriage. I want to honest you this.
Excuse me?
30-something years of marriage. I apologize. I'm stuck on 24 of friendship. We're married over 30 years now. I want to ask, obviously, babe, baby, honey, these are good nicknames. Can you give me any bad nicknames when the guys fuck up big time? Shithead, fuck, what do you do? You know what I mean? Oh, any of those.
Just asshole. That's a big one. That's mine.
Asshole, we got that one on the board.
I don't call
You can
him.
just say his name in just different tones.
Yeah.
Mark!
Right.
Mark! It's just different tones. You can tell by the fucking tone what's going on.
You know, you just said something really, really cool, which is true, because I've known you all these years, and you don't speak derogatory about your husband, ever. I have never heard her call your father any bad names. She's never said he's an asshole. She's never said dickhead. You know, and I think that is huge, because I think too many people, including,
Well, I did it. I do it.
But they use words, so bad names come out so easily. But you know, you think that it doesn't sting, but they do.
Words hurt.
They do. Words do hurt.
Words
and
hurt.
even though
I don't
that's
ever
true.
want to hurt.
Yeah, and you never have. You really in what I've been around your house a whole time.
A whole lot.
But I've never heard you ever do that, and I think that's admirable. Really admirable.
We could just give a clap for my dad, you know what I mean? Ladies out there, I'm his son, so just like him, I'm golden, you know what I mean? We don't, okay, let's go. I want to ask, all of you guys have experienced your kids growing up, moving away from you guys. Obviously, I came back with my mom now, but when I went to college, I was away. Lisa's got kids that are away. Julie's got kids that are away. Does it ever get easier once your kids leave you to have them gone?
You go.
For me, no.
To have them come back.
Have them be gone. Obviously, day 1 is awful, crying. I saw my mom cry. But day 40 is like, hey, it's kind of nice.
It's always in the back of your mind, and you always worry. You always like that phone call.
Well, I like Find a Friend on the iPhone.
Right.
I ask my kids, I'm like, could you just put me on Find a Friend? Because every time I want to check in, I can see where they are. And that's just a little comfort to know that they're
I don't
okay.
know what you're talking about.
You don't know?
No,
You've got my location, Mom. You're good.
we're good.
That to me is everything. It's just, and I don't know if they are, because they're living their whole life. They're living their own life, and I don't want to be that mom that intrudes on their life and always calling and what are you doing?
Yeah.
I want them to come back. I always want them to come back, but it's nice just to find where they are. That they're okay.
I don't know what Find a Friend is, but both my kids have moved away. My son still lives in Louisville. But shoot, did I want him to get out of Port St. Lucie and go experience the world? Absolutely.
Have fun.
Absolutely. But, when my daughter had my grandson and she was living in Boston, they lived in Boston for 3 years and then they moved down here. And I didn't even know what I was missing until they moved down there as far as a relationship with my grandson. And so, yes, I will say I want my son to move down with my granddaughter and his wife because there's only this much time you have with grandchildren.
Right.
And yeah, I want him to move back home now. He can move back away when Lucia grows up a little bit, but...
I want to ask, because I have a lot of friends that are young mothers now, and congratulations for anybody that's brought life into this world, but I want to ask, how important is it to still be Katie, to still be Lisa, to still be Julie, even though you just became mom?
Huge.
It's huge.
Huge.
You have to stay true to yourself, do the things you love to do. If you have a hobby, keep that hobby. If you go out for ladies' night every other Saturday, keep doing it because you owe it to yourself.
And you have to ask and not ask, but just communicate with the person you're with, the father of the child or whatever. And it's like, I need my space. You need to be your own person. Mm-hmm. You need to continue to do that because you can lose lose yourself in your kids and forget about you. And then,
They don't get the best version.
They don't. They absolutely don't. You let yourself go. You don't go to the gym. You aren't the person you were. And sometimes that's hard. And it's hard to get back to it because everyone's so used to you being there and being there at all times. And now you're like, well, no. I want to go do something for me. And it's hard to get back to that. So continue to do what you like to do.
Right.
If you want to go to the gym every day, find someone to take care of your child. Ask. That's the one thing I want to tell new moms or moms. Ask for help. If I didn't have them to say I need a break, Could we go out tonight? Because I need a break.
Right.
And they went, yeah, I'm there.
Because we
Not a
all
problem.
needed that same break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and just ask for help. Always ask for help.
Yeah.
Well, Wyatt, you're a perfect example of this. I mean, my kids are very, very happy that I've had my friends all these years.
Right.
And I mean, and they know that I still have my friends, so they worry less, you know. And you're a perfect example. I mean, you know, like he's having us on this show, you know.
Right.
But yeah.
And now that you guys are getting older, what's it like watching your kids grow, be successful, and how is it being a proud parent?
Oh, it's the best
Oh.
feeling in the world
Absolutely.
The best.
to be able to brag about your child and know that they're healthy and
And they're doing what they want.
doing what they want,
They've gotta
excelling at what they want.
Exactly.
And our job is done.
But we're always here.
We're always here, but
right.
like the hard part is done.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And
done.
watching them go and grow and be successful, it's just the icing on the cake.
Right.
Just the icing on the cake.
Now, obviously, we've all seen the movies where, you know, the girl brings the guy home and the big dad looks at him like, hey, Junior, come fucking talk to me. Have you guys ever had your sons bring home a bitch you didn't just like? Ever?
No.
No,
No.
Like them all.
Yes.
Yes.
Because my son liked them.
right.
If my son likes them, I'm going to like them.
But you guys know females. You know these girls and their attentions. I mean, you didn't ever pull them to the side and be like, don't.
No, I told them how he can act. I gave them little insights and helped them understand and, you know, gave them little insights. Or if my son was not treating the girl right, then I made sure he knew I wasn't happy with him. That was me. That's what I did. I no, if you like my son, I like you. Until you prove me wrong, I like you.
You can be very honest, Julie. We're grown now. We're moved on. Hey.
My son only brought home 2 girls. One, I mean, it was when he was young, like in middle school or whatever, so that doesn't count. And then the woman he married, Megan, and I love her dearly, and you know, I always have.
Shane got a good one.
But my daughter, on the other hand, no, I could not stand her first boyfriend at all, and made her know that, which was probably not the right thing to do. So, but you know, if Lisa has it right, if they're happy, now she's married and been married, and if she's happy. So if they're happy, who am I to say anything?
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's, who am I to say anything? It's who she's happy with. You know, so, and who he is happy with. I mean, it's absolutely, it's true. You want your kids happy.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the men, and I just started getting into this, so a lot of the men retreat to golf courses to have fun. They all suck at golf, but they just want to get away from the family, away from the women, right? Where is the place girls go to get away? We say we're going to play golf, but they're just trying to get away for 4 hours. What place do you guys go just to get away from them?
Should I away from the family, the husbands?
Yep.
We just like to go to happy hour.
Yeah.
I'm content with that.
I'm content with your back porch.
Yeah. Back porch is pretty
Back porch,
fun.
pretty fun, pretty fun. Yeah, just to get out, just a restaurant, just to sit and talk.
Yes.
And we have been, and we're
Or the
sitting there
beach.
going,
We do like sitting at the beach.
beach is good. But we have been sitting there and go, we have been here for 4 hours, and we still have, we are still going, and we're still talking, and we're still just having a good time. And the family, I don't even think comes up.
I've got something I want to bring out real quick, and just want to see if it sparks any memories for you guys. Go grab something.
Okay.
This is sort of funny.
This is cute.
These ladies have gone to concerts. They've gone to all
Oh
kinds of
my gosh.
And my mother makes these damn hats, okay? These aren't the ones I wanted to show. I wanted to show the Jimmy Buffett ones.
The Jimmy
Oh,
Buffett
the Jimmy
ones.
Buffett ones are cool.
These women will go to festivals, concerts, all the above.
So
They're
true.
these damn hats.
This is the Kentucky Derby.
And they become the talk of the town. People want to come up, take pictures. I only know this because I've been told the stories. People will walk up to you guys wanting to take pictures. What's it been like being the fancy hat ladies? And for the world, now you get to see these are the fancy hat ladies.
It is so true.
Well, it's a conversation piece, if anything else. I love it. I think it's fun. But to see a little kid's eyes just...
With those Jimmy Buffett hats that you were talking
With the
about.
lights hanging down. I mean,
Lights,
classic.
had lights hanging and little palm trees and stuff and beers.
Miniature beer cans.
Miniature beers. When we walked down, what's that street in?
Flagler. Or at Clematis?
No, down Key West. When we were
Oh,
walking
Duval.
Duval. When we
Street.
were walking Duval Street, and all of us had our hats on, we got stopped by so many tourists that were not Floridians. They were just there from out of town. Could we take pictures with you? And it's like, sure. You know? And we're all lit up, and it's just fun. It's you get to meet people because they stop you about your hat, and
Right.
and it's just fun.
Your dad and I went to a Jimmy Buffett concert, and I made a couple of hats. And the little girl in front of us or behind us, she kept turning around and looking at Mark's hat, looking at the hat. Well, finally, by the time the show was over, he said, "Would you like this?" And that little girl smiled from ear to ear. And to this day, she may even still have the hat. Who knows? But it's fun. You only live once, so why not make the best of it?
Oh, and we do have fun.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun.
I think it's also that we're able to just laugh at ourselves, I mean, it's just like,
Now, would 22-year-old me do this?
No.
Probably not, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
not.
Now we worried about
Because
too
I
much.
cared what everybody thought.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now,
I don't
Now
care.
we can just laugh at ourselves and who cares?
And who cares if you don't? You're never going to see me again. I'm walking down Duval. You're never going to see me again. I don't care. I might be in your pictures, but you don't know who I am. You know.
Right.
So I love it.
And
It's
you
a great
can hide
time.
drinks up there too,
Oh, yeah.
You have some bottles of wine.
One time we went to a concert in West Palm Beach at the Coral Sky Amphitheater, and I think it was you. We had our hats on. The girl in front of us said, "Are you going to be here for a while?" Now, they're all lit up. And we said, "Yeah, why?" She says, "Well, I need to go down and get a beer, and because of you, I know where I'm sitting." So Lisa says, "Well, yeah." She goes, "All right, but while you're down there, get a couple
that's
beers
fun.
for us."
That is true.
So,
It keeps us together too.
yeah.
Yeah, we always can find each other.
You never get lost. Got a couple more before I let you guys get out of here. I appreciate you coming on the show. We got to get them out. It's happy hour. We can't let them miss it. I want to ask we'll start with you, Julie. We'll make our way down. If tomorrow you had all expenses paid, no stress, you can do whatever you wanted to do. It's your day. Where would you go? What would you do?
Oh my gosh. I would take my kids, their spouses, and my grandchildren on a tour of the world. There's so much out there. And I'm talking like weird parts of the world.
That's right.
Like I'm like the coldest place in
But I will say, Julie, we don't have the Boeing and the crazy high-speed jets. So you can't go all around the world in one day. You get one place, one day. Where are you going? Lockheed, maybe one day we'll get there. Okay.
one place, one day. Oh gosh. I've never seen the Grand Canyon, so I think I'd take my kids and my grandchildren to the Grand Canyon because I think that's something to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that. If I only have one day, Wyatt.
Just one. I mean, we still got to have real life here. Lisa, one day, nothing to worry about except what you want to do. Where would you be?
I would love to take everyone to the pyramids.
Egypt.
Yeah,
Egypt.
that's a good one.
Egypt.
Yeah,
That is just fascinating.
Yeah.
How they built that. And
Right.
they're all fast. Everything's fast. There's so
Yeah.
much out there to see.
There is so much out there to see.
Crazy.
I would like to go to the Sistine Chapel and the Vatican.
Oh, well, you can do that.
That's what I'd like to do.
And now, one of my dreams, not only as a podcast guy, someone that's trying to break into this entertainment, but kind of what I've always wanted to do. If my goal is to be able to pay back my parents everything that they ever did for me, gave to me. There's no price amount on it, but I just give as much as I could. If your kid were to make it and try to give you that money back, would you accept it, or would you rather them take it and use it for themselves?
Oh God, never accept. No.
Never. And it's funny because
Not
all
even
my
a
kids,
thought.
all my kids have said, "Mom, I gotcha."
Oh yeah.
And mom and dad. It's not just me. Mom and dad, I've gotcha. Every single one,
Yeah.
the three of them. And I'm like, no, you have yourself. Worry about you and your family and what's coming up. Mom and dad, we're good. We're good. But yeah, no.
You don't raise kids for payback.
Yeah, no.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
No.
Enjoy your life. Have a great time.
And the last thing I'll say, Mom, something that you taught me, and it's big time. I don't know if Lisa and Julie, you guys feel the same, or if she's rubbed off on you guys. Not only with her cancer, but beyond that, you're always a big proponent of the best things in life are free, Mom.
Yes.
Whether, like I said, I've seen her in treatment, and she's not upset that she's getting cancer treatment along with 20 other people. She's happy she's got a top floor view of the water. She sees a cardinal on the windowsill. Her day is made. I'm worried about making money, doing whatever the hell I can. She likes the simple things, free things in life. Do you guys believe that the best things in life are free?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You got to find joy in every day, and if it's free, it's better, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
No, it is true. I mean, when you cook with your grandson and he's like, into the pot it goes, or when you're watching your granddaughter, run around and your son just, she's smart, isn't she? Isn't she cool? And
Right.
that's right.
that's when,
You can't
that's
buy
what,
that.
yeah, there's nothing that could ever replace that. So it is true. But being poor, that's stressful. That's stressful. But the best things in life are free.
And now you guys have known little old Wydoe since I was Wyatt, 5 years old, with a goddamn terrible bowl cut. Mom, we got to talk about it. Would you have believed that I would be on here hosting a podcast, hosting you guys on the Wydoe podcast show? Would you have believed it if you would have talked to little old Wydoe?
Yes. I think you've always been creative, a little actor. You can do accents. You're a lot like me.
Very much so, darling.
I think I raised you right, and I'm not surprised one bit.
I thought you were going to be a skater. I really,
My dad was a professional skateboarder. I tried to live up to him.
yeah. I mean, with that skate park in your backyard,
Goddamn skate park that he built with his hands, absolutely.
that was amazing. And I thought, wow, you could be professional. That's what I thought. When you started doing this, I thought it was cool. It's like, wow, he's so creative. He's got this too. So that was my thought for you.
You've always just been a cute, polite, always polite, wonderful little kid. And I stumbled upon you on YouTube.
She's an avid podcast listener.
Like addicted a wee bit. But
Wee bit.
as soon as I saw you, I was like, oh my God, he's going to do something. And I still feel that way. I sincerely do. Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. These are the three ladies that were on my 5th grade emergency contact list. I didn't know my dad's number, so I put down Lisa, Julie. Those are my contacts. Go call all 3 of my moms, okay? Just want to say thank you guys for joining the Wydoe podcast. It was amazing. This is the SuperMoms. My mom, Katie, Lisa, Julie. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wyatt.
Thank you. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
That was fun.
That was so much fun.
That was fun. Oh, drink. We can drink.
Oh
now.
God, we can drink. Jesus. Oh my God.
I'm sweating.